Students, good morning to all. We are from Manur IAS Academy, New Delhi. In the recent times, we have started Hindu paper analysis, very important in terms of civil service examination. As you know that since last few years, Hindu paper articles and Hindu paper current affairs are very important for civil service. And in terms of prelims, mains and interview, Hindu paper articles, regular current affairs in terms of science and technology, environment, foreign policy. So these all areas are very much important. So based on that, today we are going to cover the topic which is very important for the, that is in terms of electric vehicles. As you can see that there was a news which is going around since last few days that many EV vehicles are catching fire, and many companies are claiming that it is because of the heat which is produced. But Indian government is very serious on this because they are working on an initiative according to the Paris Agreement that they want to develop more EV technologies in the next few years. And India's ambitious project related to electrical vehicles, which is also a fossil-free energy, clean energy, and India's commitment towards the Paris Agreement, we want to fulfill that. So based on that, we have done one small video which will be important for the civil service examination, which is based on Hindu paper. So as you can see that the first section is what is electric vehicle. In electric vehicle, we do have three types. One is BEVs, which is battery electric vehicles. Second is hybrid electric vehicles, and third is plug-in hybrid electric vehicles. So as you can see that these three technologies right now they are working in this world, where every aspect of scooters or in terms of mopeds or in terms of cars, they are working on this technology as of today. So you can see here EV car technology, battery, DC cables, advanced engine technologies. You can see that power inverter, electric motor generator. So these are the various components of an electric car. And next we can see that EV sales in the year 2022-23, according to the financial year, it was the report generated by the Indian government, where you can see that the EV sector is growing year by year, and the segment of two-wheelers, three-wheelers, four-wheelers, every year the sales are increasing in India because Indian government is looking forward for clean and green energy. So in this situation, in the future, Indian government is also planning to implement lot of policies in terms of renewable energy. So next you can see here EV market share of vehicles, E three-wheeler groups, E two-wheelers, E buses, others. So this is the market segment as of today in the year 2022. This is the market segment of EV shares. And this is a diagram which is related to a battery, how a battery is connected in terms of EVs. So you can see here the battery pack, the second is the cell balancing, state of charging, state of health. These all are the internal components where a battery works in an EV vehicle. So in the recent times, because of some glitches in this particular system, and it might be also the reason of the present heat generated in the atmosphere, there might be chances that few vehicles are unable to control the heat within the battery. So because of that, many users who already purchased the vehicles since last couple of years, they are facing problem in terms of explosion. So here you can see our topic start, causes of EV battery failure. So there is a myth in some cases and there is a logical reason also in some cases, but these are the few aspects which is important in terms of which is causing a battery to be a failure, and in few cases they are also getting fired. And you can see this is about the Hindu article which might be important in terms of prelims, mains and GS paper. Why are electric vehicles catching fire? So it is a question although. So in the recent times, the Union government has constituted an expert panel to probe the recent series of battery explosions in electric vehicles. So this question might be important in terms of main examination point of view, because there are so many logical things in that, even there is some sort of technical aspects which is very important to be checked, because maximum EV vehicles, the components are imported from different countries. So there should be a regulation, there should be a proper checking, proper monitoring before an EV vehicle is exactly used in a market. So Indian government is also looking around few of the areas of interest. So you can see that the why is the world poised to transition to electric vehicles? So this is like a question. Why is the world poised to transition to electric vehicles? As you can know that global warming, global threats are there in terms of carbon emission. So anything in terms of carbon is very dangerous for the environment, and already the world is facing few issues in terms of global warming, extreme summers as we can face this year also, and in future also. Because of this global warming, many problems might come in terms of disasters. So to overcome these things, Indian government is working on this project where electric vehicles can be promoted to the larger extent. So the topic is what goes into a lithium ion battery. So you can see that every lithium ion battery consists of three active components. The first is the anode, and the second is the graphite, and the third is the cathode. So the problem which is happening in this battery construction is a major issue in terms of explosion. Many companies in this world, they are not taking a proper care in terms of EV batteries. So there's a concern about how a battery is manufactured, in which conditions it should be manufactured, what are the steps taken for a battery when it is actually brought into use. So you can see that we'll be using the batteries in our electric appliances in terms of we are using batteries in terms of mobile phones, but mobile phone batteries also sometimes in some areas it is getting exploded because of some reasons. So although reason is not quite clear with anybody, because it is happening very rarely and we don't know exactly what is the problem happening within a battery, but Indian government is thinking that there should be some guidelines issued for the companies before actually installing a battery into a vehicle. It should be properly checked in various sectors. So based on that only, recent times we had a paper in terms of UPSC that what should be taken care and what the government should do in terms of bringing the electric vehicles more successful. And here you can see packs are designed to ensure uniform temperature profile with minimal thermal variation during operation. So this article is somewhat based on technical aspect, where the internal components of a battery, how it should be managed, how it should be prepared, what are the safety measures that should be taken in terms of producing such batteries. And you can see here what causes battery fire. So there are various reasons for that. The most important reason can be the temperatures. The temperatures within the battery or temperatures outside the battery. So sometimes it might happen that the temperatures are too heavy, where a battery can't sustain the temperature which is already existing. So it might be also a case in some vehicles where a proper measurement should be taken, where a battery, if it goes through a very intense temperature, even though it is having a sparkle approach in the battery, the temperature should be controlled. So government is working on multiple issues where how a battery is prepared and what are the various areas should be taken care is taken into consideration. And here you can see I have identified few of the areas which is in bold red color, which is one of the important factors. The final component of the triangle is the liquid electrolyte, which is flammable and serves as a fuel. So these are the technical aspects of notes which you can go through, and also we will share these notes with the students who are having doubts about the various aspects of batteries. And here you can see the topic, are battery fires inevitable? Yeah, are inevitable. It is although a question mark itself. So the main issue over here is, so here we have few concerns about the battery fires. The first important, safety. So as you can see that safety is a must and an important consideration that battery and vehicle manufacturers can design. So there are various standards of safeties which should be taken care. So in few cases, it is not taken care according to the policies, because it might happen because India is importing batteries from other countries, and in import we are unable to trace what the faults are within the battery because we don't see the faults internally, and it can be only felt once the battery is installed in a vehicle, and in few cases it can be felt when it catches a fire. So it is possible to overcome this issue when completely the batteries are manufactured in India. Like already you know that in the recent times India has launched a scheme about semiconductors where they are approaching the companies for private public partnerships, where in the future time India will be producing batteries within India in terms of Atmanirbhar Bharat. So Indian government is working towards that policies where a fixed guideline should be given to the companies who are willing to enter into the EV segment. Because since last 5 to 6 years, many companies are outsourcing this work in terms of foreign, like China. We are getting we are getting maximum batteries from China. So it is like we don't have control on the manufacturing process. And few companies are also getting batteries in a lesser cost. So might be the quality of the battery is not according to the standards of the government. So there are various aspects based on this. But as the world is going towards globalization in terms of the future, the vision for 2050 is clean energy. And in this segment of clean energy, EVs play a very major role in India because EV segment is growing every year. And in Indian like country where the population is so huge, so Indian government is very much concerned about these issues in terms of battery fires. So Indian government is working to bring a system where batteries can be manufactured and exported to other countries. And in the recent times also, you know that Indian government is planning to have some agreements with South American countries where there's a huge amount of lithium which is present in that particular continent. So Indian government is willing to work in that sector, but it might take some more days or some more years to come across. So students, so this topic I hope everybody understood. So thank you very much, and I wish you all the best for your preparation. And most importantly, every week we are going to post few current affairs topics related to Hindu paper, which is very important for the current affairs section. And thank you, wish you all the best. See you.